Yeah. implementing ceremonies together. Very good afternoon, dear advisors. Can you see me?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir. We have Dr. B. Surendran among us. Dr. B. Surendran has more than 2 decades of teaching experience in the field of computer science and engineering. He is the founder and CEO. He is an entrepreneur, startup mentor, and a good teacher on more and social activities. He encourages the hand and make others happy, who has strong belief in the culture and values of India. Happy to have you, sir. The rest of the time is yours.
Thank you very much. At the outset, I feel humbled to the organizers or the participants of this workshop for giving me an opportunity to address on assessing of the present status of quality assessment and the role of NAC with this NEP implementation. So very humbly, I just dedicated to all my teachers, and I just start my presentation here. Now, like we talk about the quality assurance in Indian higher education. I'll take this particular note from this great Kashmir. It's a blog. Now, it talks from here that why we need this NEP and quality assessments and these things. Now, the thing that is more insistence on higher education is now that like all these higher education should lead to innovations, and for the innovation you should have infrastructure and sufficient manpower, and then the proper incentives to the rewards and kind of like provisions to the faculties and students. So the thing is that here the students or the parents or the stakeholders to demand the products or services that find a great value, or we call them as that we what exactly the product or what exactly the environment needs. So the thing is that to develop the overall personality is to find an employment, the skill development, and you need to provide the competent socio-economic domains, and you want to do the community development, economic competitiveness, improve the quality of life by innovating new technologies, processes, and plausible solutions to the socio-economic problems. So these are all the things. So here with this exactly is into creating employment, deliver competent brains to the employees, diagnose the socio-economic and other problems, confronting the plausible solutions. The most critical elements of quality education includes quality of academic programs, when very polytechnic, it may be arts and science, or it may be engineering institutions, or more specifically higher education institutions. And the quality of the programs, and enabling the TLP or the teaching learning environment, and availability of requisite infrastructure and learning resources, and ecosystem for quality research, and effective leadership, governance, and community engagement in social services. So this national accreditation and assessment committee uses almost the same parameters to assess the quality of education at higher education level. The key indicators that is used to find the quality of these parameters needs refinement. So, in the view of these limitations, there are some limitations earlier with this quality assessment. And NEP 2020, as it formed 2 years back, has recommended that onwards the assessment shall be arranged through independent accrediting institutions, supervised and overseen by NAC. So it's much like the model in US and other developed countries, where it is the whole process is carried out by private accrediting agencies, and they are recognized by the Department of Education. Now, assigning assessment and accreditation process to nationally or internationally recognized credit rating agencies like CARE, CRISIL, etc. And these are all companies, they are specialized in this assessment and accreditation. So sum total of the scores of the different departments of sentence or overall institution course, or which indicator or which particular parameters to be given more weightages and how it can be changed, etc. So these are all the assessments that will assess, or rather to be used to look into get a clear picture of the competency of the higher education institutions. So NAC follows the CGPA, cumulative grade point average, with 8 letters: A plus plus, A plus, A, B plus plus, B plus, B, C, and D. So these grades from A plus plus to C are declared as accredited, and institutions will get letter grade D, and D are not accredited. So the validity is 5 years, and however for third or fourth cycle it may be extended for 5 years to 7 years, with the condition that they have obtained highest grade. So this grading scale is too wide. As a result, it allows the institutions to operate with even B plus or B or C. So now, in this view of the fact that we need to revisit the grading scale, so this is one steady observations, and institutions will like this grading will reflect what kind of the trust or the promise that the institution has to get research funding. So the thing is that like outstanding grade needs no improvement, all required to get its rating reviewed after 5 years, whereas standard grade implies that such institutions may require to improve and are mandated to get its ratings reviewed after a year. So the acceptable grade or granted temporary accreditation status for 1 year. Such institutions must undergo a new accreditation within next 12 months. And if it is full accreditation, it is not achieved by such institutions, the accreditation status is denied. So the overall goal is that it's the accreditation project process should be strict, And like the perception world is that US accreditation is a gold standard. So here, these are all the to achieve the due results. The whenever there is an accreditation visit. So these are all the key findings, or what you call the thing is that what the NAC team will look into how they assess. So it should consist of assessors belonging to all subjects or streams, and each member shall be required to give an undertaking that it's connected, they are not connected with HE. So before the accreditation project, they should not have any, we should have a pre-visit meeting and make an unscheduled visit to the institution and arrange all the logistics. After having a meeting, the top administration subject specialist will visit to the department and the SSR checklist will be done. And then their required documents, physical infrastructure, faculty members, interaction, scholars, students, alumni, all these things will be done. And surveys wherever it's on need. And the assessment and accredit the department wise rather than the institution as a whole. So there are certain areas that applies to the institution, and there are certain parameters and criteria that applies to the department of the center. So this will serve two purposes, that you have an institution view and the department of the center view. So one, accredit each department, the accreditation committee group, and each department of the center individually. And the second, it will enable to differentiate between the good and poor performance of each criteria. And then finally, we have the exit meeting, and it should be only to thank the administration. And the final assessment meeting of the members of the peer team should be conducted to design the revision of the computer generated score. You need to give things. Each member of the team will give, and then they have brainstormings, and then the chairman finally arrives at the consensus. So if the peer review team comes to the conclusion that the claims made in the SSR report were false, like it's just a cross-checking. So the team will mandate to recommend panel action to be taken against the HEA to NAC, or the Education Committee, Higher Education Committee of India. So these is your this particular tab shows your National Assessment and Accreditation Council, the A&A dashboard, assessment and accreditation dashboard. Now here, this gives a search mechanism to search with the college or the universities, or to search with the state, and what cycle they are in, and their status, and the institution subtype, and the date range, right? And say if that we are just going to look into the status of a college, say with any of the state. So we see the all cycles, cycle 4, and results declared, and we are just going to search. It's cycle 2. Search. So this gives the various the state wise and the date, which college, and the ASHE code and the address, and then the date, and you can view the details. So they are in cycle 1. So here, if I just wanted to see any particular college, we can just view. So the IAQA is submitted. The date is 6/9/21. The status is approved, and the SSR submitted date is 30/11/2021, and the final grade is declared. So the grade for 2022 is A++. The previous 17 to 25 was it is A. It was 3.17. It's been moved to 3.65. So we can see all these information here. IAQA information, SSR information, the peer team report, and the grade sheets. So this is from the portal, the NAC portal. Then, if you wanted to look into the institution-wise valid whether the things, so these are all the resources like to get to know about the ideas. Like here, I can click here and get an Excel sheet, which you can download, and then can see the status, the college wise, the year wise and state wise and CGPA, the universities, colleges, and transition autonomous colleges. Let me show you this. So, this gives the entire result of the institution aggregated by NAC. The period is from 1/8/2022. Right. So this is the things. This actually shows you the universities. So this shows the universities and their scores and up to which. sorry, apologies for the disconnectivity. Sorry once again. So the thing is like the greater insistence of evaluation, the assessment is insisting on the thing that so the history, it shows it spells out the excellence, credibility, and relevance all in one hand. So this is with the formation of NEP in 1986, and the plan of action is drafted in 1992. So the main aim is to make quality the defining element of higher education in India by combining combination of self and external quality evaluations, promotions, and quality assessments initiatives. So the vision from a broader perspective is that NAC has a fivefold vision, so periodic assessments and accreditations, and to promote the quality of teaching, learning, and research, to stimulate areas like self-evaluation, accountability, autonomy, and innovations. So the research innovations and innovations are more specifically giving more assistance, and the support system and infrastructure and the manpower, etc. And to get involved in research studies, consultancy, and training programs, to foster stakeholders collaborations for quality evaluation, promotion, and sustenance. And NAC maintains or upholds the quality of HAs through collaborations and stakeholder involvement. All walks, maybe alumni, employers, the management and faculties, all these walks of different stakeholders. So this is the thing that have the evaluation. So institutions with offshore campuses are not eligible for NAC process. Institutions with programs that are recognized by professional regulatory councils but not affiliated universities show eligibility to apply for the assessment application process. So the process is the HA registers for the NAC website. The institutional information for quality assessments, IAQA, is given, and SSR submissions on acceptance of the IAQA. And on rejection, there are 2 attempts that are given to resume the IA form within 1 year. And the 4th step is to proceed to data validation and verifications, DVP process, and a pre-qualifier score will be assigned. And the next step is preparation towards the student satisfactory survey, SSS. And then the next one is the on-site peer visit by NAC. And subsequently, with this audit is done, and the accreditation committee announces the institutional grade. So this flow shows that the registration, the IAQA, the register using 2-window system. If it is not satisfactory, it will use the time for 2 more times the same fee. And the institution will be informed within 15 days if it is accepted. The QM and QIM within 50 days, and SSS with 10 or 100%, and the DVB for QNM for 30 days, and the pre-qualification. And when it is passed, if it is more than 30%, if it is passed, and then the peer team visits in 90 days for checking up with QNM with 70%, and both the QNM and QIM is fixed, and the calculation of CGPA and declaration of results. And if it failed here with the pre-qualification, less than 30% of SGS, you have to apply with the IAQA fresh payment for all fees. So the thing is, the assessment, however, does it serves as a catalyst for institutional self-improvement, nurtures innovation, and builds up the impulse to excel. So the criteria and weightages, these are all the 7 criterions, the evaluation. It goes with curricular aspects, teaching and learning, evaluation, research, consultancy and extensions, infrastructure and learning resources, student support and progression, governance, leadership and management, and institutional values and best practices. So it's in a split diagram. So the 7 criterions from NAC, the curricular aspects, teaching, learning and evaluation, research, consultancy and extension, the INL resources, SS and progression SSP, the governance, leadership and management, and innovations and best practices. So all these 6 factors, well, like from here, research and infrastructure and governance and innovation are all complementary. So any one is missing, most will not, the innovation will never happen. And by the way, the higher education institution is not moving to the next level. So the criterions is that the universities for autonomous institutions and affiliation institutions with UG and PG. So curricular aspects and the weightage for each of these categories, teaching and learning and evaluation, research, consultancy and extensions, infrastructure and learning resources, student reporting progression for each of these categories. Like the weightages, the split up of the weightages in points like 150, 200, 150, 250. So, and all put together for all PG courses, the governance and leadership is 100, 100, 100. So, only this TLP shows variations here. Likewise, research and consultancy, and then infrastructure, it's the same. And student support and progression is a slight change here with UG and PG for autonomous and affiliated colleges. And governance and leadership and the institution values and best practices hold the same. So the two things, the thing is that the grading is from, if the score is from 3.55, the cumulative grade on CGPA for 7 grade years, all put together 7 grade years of the CGPA, it's 3.5 to 4, it's A++, 3.26 to 3.5, it's A, 3.01 to 3.22, it's A, and 2.76 to 3, it's B++, and 2.51 to 75 is B+, 2.01 to 2.5 is B, and C 1.5 to 2, and less than or equal to 1.5 is D, is not accredited. So, so the thing is that, so this is the thing from the NAC side. Only 4% of Indian educational institutions are accredited with A+ grades. So the 35,539 total colleges in India, 7,454 accredited with NAC, and 15 NAC with A+ grade. So the thing is, institutions with CGPA less than or equal to 1.5 are declared to be assessed and not found to qualify for accreditation. So then it goes to NAC grievance and credentials, and subsequently the process goes, and the appeal for letter of intent, and then the appeal requesting for criterion wise should reach 3 days, and then again a fee of 20,000 with service tax to be paid. So to appear for reassessment, the institution should have at least completed 1 year of its accreditation, but not more than 3 years. The reassessment follows the same manual as the assessment and accreditation. The only exception is as per the peer team's recommendations, the institutions may have to share some specific responses. The fee structure is just the same as the first time assessment and accreditation. So it's 5 years now. It is this place, the IQAC or the internal quality assurance cell is the enabler or the internal body of every institution, which is the sole authority of will be verifying the sustenance or the parameters of the criteria. So, if the sole authority of quality sustenance in an institute post its accreditations, they initiate, plan, and supervise the quality matters. It's a periodic. So, therefore, any institute that has achieved its NAC status is sure to have an active IQAC in its permits. So, the IQAC is formed with the members, a chairperson, usually the head of the institution, the principal, and the member secretary, the director or the coordinator, and members, 5 senior teachers and 1 senior administrative official, and members, 2 external experts of quality management, industry, community. So members C and D are usually recommended by the principal of the institute, who arrives as a conclusion after consulting the institute's academic committee. So the committee members, the lifetime hold for 2-year time. The IQAC should meet up at least once in a quarter. The main task is to prepare the AQR, the Annual Quality Assurance Report, every year, which is a mandate according to the NAC. So the IQAC, the goals of the IQAC are, it provides, it develops a system for conscious, consistent, and catalytic action to improve the academic and administrative performance of the institution, and to promote measures for institutional functioning towards quality enhancement through internalization of quality, culture, and institutionalization of best practices. So not only with the best practice of a department or a center, so it will be made available for the institution as well. So these are the fee structures of payments and the mode of payments, the cycles of accreditations. So cycle 1, it's got grade time for the first time. The cycle 2 is reappeared for NAC for the second time, and it goes on to cycle 3 and cycle 4. So cycle 1 follows the usual cycle of assessment and accreditation with a focus on assessment in 7 criteria, whereas in cycle 2, 3, etc. requires the below. So an adept IQAC, a prompt annual quality assurance report AQR submissions promptly, and then submission of letter of intent 6 months before the expiry of accreditation checks. The rest of the checks are the same for the first cycle, for the cycles 2 and 3, etc. So, which are all the colleges we can go for colleges in India? So, an act for pharmacy college, for engineering colleges, NAC for health sciences, NAC for open university, NAC for dental colleges, NAC for teacher education, and NAC for affiliated colleges, and NAC for education colleges, B.Ed colleges, and NAC for distance learning, and NAC for pharmacy, and for universities and for libraries. So these are all as shown as per the 2020. This status from 2020. So this is the affiliated UG colleges of 395 with 25.9%. Autonomous, most of the major share is in the affiliated PG and above colleges, and the universities with 4.7% with 72 which rates. So the grade declared institutions by grade. So A++, A+, B++, B+, B, and C. Like the university, UGC has mandated universities or colleges to have NAC accreditations with a minimum score of 2.5 by 2022. So it's mandate. To speed up the process, UGC has started mentoring all non-accredited institutions, so they walk away with the NAC accreditation by 2022. So though this mandate from UGC, NAC doesn't seem to back up its view on the websites. The process is now it's there, and now it will be the level. And these are all the indicators and the NAC and the NBA Tier 2. So, like more specifically, the major difference, the fact that the NAC accreditates the institute, whereas the NBA, the programs, the institution, NAC is for the institution and NBA is for the programs. So the comparison between the NBA and the NAC accreditation is, it's the institution level NAC, and NBA is for the Tier 2 for the program level. Accreditation for entire college, university and institute, and this is only for the program certification. The team with chairperson with 2 or 3 members and 1 NAC official. Now with an NBA, it is chairman with 2 evaluators per program. Here NAC, no marks allotted for mission with PEO, and it's evaluated, in case of it is with NBA, it is evaluated for 60 points. The HA eligibility criteria is graduated minimum of 2 batches of students and graduated minimum of 2 batches of students. The total points are 1,000 for both. There are 7 criteria with NAC and 10 in NBA. Subcriteria is 32 and subcriteria is 81. The validity is for 5 years, and the validity is 5 years if secures 50 points, or 2 years if the point between 600 greater than 600 less than 750. The self-study form, the SSR, self-assessment both has the self-study reports, SSR forms. Now, the evaluation cycle is calculated for each criterion out of 4 or sub-criteria. Points are given based on SARs. So the institutional level evaluation is 1,000 points GPA, institutional cumulative GPA. Now here it is 700 points for the program and 220 points for the institutional level. Now here with NAC, it's fully the entire 1,000 is for the institutional level. The IQAC is mandatory for NAC and it is optional for NBA. The supporting records and documents are mandatory for both cases. The record generation are based like creating all these documents or less in case of IQAC. I mean, sorry, in NAC, and it is more in NB. So these are the grades as you've seen: A plus plus, A plus A, B plus plus, B plus B, C plus D. And here is not no grading; it's either 3 years or 5 years accreditation status. The evaluation is sum mark of all criteria are calculated. So here it is all criteria the institution should score with 60% marks. So the registration fees and the evaluation fees. So these are the benefits of the accreditation. So better chances of availing funds, allocation of the project to professors becomes easy. Research funding agencies gain confidence and allocate projects to professors. Spikes up the brand value, it's visible, offers a positive impact on the institution with its better admission, superior faculty hiring, and brings more efficient employees. Tapping of more skilled teachers. Gains recognition by UGC, which further boosts the research aspects. Betters its area of planning and research allocation. It offers a better direction and identity to the institute. These are all the benefits of NAC for the institute and for students, an edge over the other university. Gives an instant recognition to the alumni that they hail from a credible institute, which ultimately improves the admission for each. Expands the placement opportunity with international companies and industries because the companies are asserted that they give a positive affirmation that the NAC upholds the privilege or the process or the research availability or the capability of the TLP and the research support system. So a definite chance for better academics, exposure with different peers, labs, workshops, opportunities, projects, etc. So accelerate exchange programs with types from reputable universities abroad. So NAC is sure to reach much more grading lines. So this is in brief of how we can evaluate the how we can assess the present assessments of the higher education institutions. So I think I've done with any queries. Any queries?
Participants, if you have any queries, you can kindly raise your hands.
So once again, I just congratulate the organizers and SRI for conducting such a valuable right at the point where India is ranking and marching towards in the global innovation index, and the dream of the Make in India or Atmanirbhar projects and more innovations and research impetus, thereby improving the quality of higher education institutions and the graduations and potential opportunities, not only with services. Then you have new startups and ventures and more economic growth, and we have self-sustaining country as a whole. Thank you very much, the organizers and the participants, for the patient listening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us a session. I know how far you are very busy with your work. We expect your presence in our next events too. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, ma'am. It's a pleasure addressing the Elite gathering. Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Participants, kindly join afternoon session by 2:45. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah, very good afternoon, ma'am. My congratulations and greetings to the nursing team
Thank you, sir.
for arranging such a valuable program, and it's going good, right? And the thing is that morning sessions we have been participating, and you have been put the link in that messages, but I'm not able to answer that one Could you please kindly send me again of that feedbacks and all?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sir. I'll post it again. If you
It's not
have any,
actually that link is not accessible. I don't know what is happening. It's
you
making
mean
some
the YouTube link, sir, or the Google Meet
not,
link?
no, no, Google Meet link only.
Sir, actually, we had a response of around 890, sir.
Okay,
So we were not able to allocate place for each and every one. So
okay.
that's why we posted on YouTube link by 12:45. But I'll send you the recorded session, sir, if necessary.
No, I've attended the completely. In the
Okay.
Google Meet, I think in the messages you have made that link, but it's not accessible. I just tried. It's not taking.
Okay, sir. I'll check it back again, sir. I'll
Yeah,
post it again in the afternoon session if it's
yeah,
not
sure.
working. Huh? Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
please. Thank you. Thank you. Good day. Thank you.
Thank you all. Kindly join by 2:45. எங்கடி டைப் பண்ற